Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Wednesday, March 6th. Coming up on today's show, we'll get into the weather report. Then we'll jump into some local news and a few interesting happenings in business, tech, and science. But first, you'll be interested to know 125 years ago, today, in 1899, the German company Bayer first trademarked the name aspirin. Aspirin's history spans over 3,500 years, starting from ancient Sumerian and Egyptian use of willow bark as a painkiller to its synthesis in 1897 by Felix Hoffmann. Its role has evolved from an antipyretic to a key player in preventing cardiovascular diseases and, more recently, as a potential cancer preventive agent. And now that we've learned something, it's time for the weather report. In the Boston area, this morning it's mostly cloudy and feels like 53 degrees with 6-mile-per-hour wind. The sunset will take place at 5:40 and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:09. It looks like we're in for some fog early and areas of drizzle before 4 p.m., then rain likely after 5. It will be cloudy with a high near 61. Chance of rain is 60%, with new rain amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch. Tonight, expect heavy rain at times and fog, with a low around 42. Northeast wind will be 6 to 16 miles per hour. Precipitation chance is 100%, with 1 to 2 inches of new rain possible. For all you beach runners out there, the first high tide Wednesday will be just after 7 a.m., with a low tide at 1:45. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 39 degrees for the water temperature. Looking ahead in the weather, Thursday brings rain, fog in the morning, and breezy conditions with highs near 47 degrees, followed by a night with chances of rain and possibly snow. Friday will be mostly sunny and breezy, with a high near 45 and lows around 33. Saturday remains mostly cloudy with highs around 45, turning rainy with patchy fog late, and lows near 38. Sunday and Sunday night sees rain and patchy fog, with highs nearing 49 and a low of 35. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, the gray whale, a species believed extinct in the Atlantic for over 2 centuries, was recently sighted swimming near Nantucket, sparking excitement and surprise among researchers at the New England Aquarium. This extraordinary discovery occurred during an aerial survey 30 miles south of Nantucket on March 1st, where scientists captured and later confirmed the presence of the rare mammal through photographs. The whale, identified by its distinct lack of a dorsal fin and mottled gray skin, is part of a species that normally inhabits the North Pacific, raising questions about how it ended up in the Atlantic. Scientists suggest climate change might be enabling these rare crossings, as the Northwest Passage becomes ice-free in summer, allowing species like the gray whale to navigate between oceans, highlighting the dynamic nature of marine ecosystems in response to these global shifts. Now on to sports. The Oakland Athletics, alongside their design teams, unveiled the architectural plans for their new $1.5 billion stadium in Las Vegas, featuring a design reminiscent of the iconic Sydney Opera House. Scheduled to open in 2028, This 33,000-seat dome stadium will offer fans a unique viewing experience with a glass window beyond the outfield, showcasing the Las Vegas Strip. An innovative 18,000-square-foot video board, set to be the largest in Major League Baseball, will also be part of the stadium's state-of-the-art features. Positioned on a 9-acre plot, within a larger 35-acre site owned by Bally's, the stadium's funding includes $380 million in taxpayer money, highlighting the project's significance to Las Vegas and Southern Nevada. While MLB owners have approved the A's relocation, the team is exploring temporary homes, including extending their lease at the Oakland Coliseum, as they navigate the transition to Las Vegas amidst various logistical issues. In an electrifying fourth-quarter performance, Dean Wade led the Cleveland Cavs to a historic comeback victory over the Celtics, snapping Boston's 11-game win streak with a final score of 105-104. Wade, who scored 20 of his career-high 23 points in the final quarter, made 5 three-pointers, comparing the experience to shooting into a swimming pool due to his soaring confidence. The Cavs achieved the largest fourth-quarter comeback in franchise history from a 22-point deficit, despite missing key players Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. The game's climax came down to a controversial call where Jason Tatum's potential foul by Darius Garland was overturned upon review, solidifying the Cavs' stunning victory. Also last night, the Bruins, skating at home against the Oilers, lost another overtime game 2-1. In top news, a bipartisan coalition of U.S. lawmakers has introduced legislation aimed at requiring ByteDance, the Chinese parent company of TikTok, to divest the app within 6 months or face a ban in the United States, highlighting national security concerns. This legislative effort marks a significant push against TikTok, which has previously resisted attempts at regulation or banning, despite extensive lobbying efforts. The proposed bill would make it illegal for app stores like Apple and Google to offer TikTok or provide web hosting services to any ByteDance-controlled apps if divestment does not occur within the specified timeframe. TikTok responded by arguing that the bill essentially constitutes a ban and would infringe on the First Amendment rights of 170 million American users and the interests of 5 million small businesses that utilize the platform. The Biden administration has expressed support for the bill, viewing it as a crucial step in addressing the potential risks posed by foreign-operated tech services that could compromise Americans' sensitive data and national security. In business news, Coinbase Global stock is experiencing a surge, largely attributed to the dramatic increase in Bitcoin's value. However, the outcome of an imminent court decision poses a significant impact on the company's future and the broader crypto market. The case in question, filed by the SEC against Coinbase for allegedly operating an unregistered securities exchange, awaits a ruling from U.S. District Judge Catherine Polk-Fela on the SEC's regulatory authority over much of the crypto sector. Should Judge Fela decide against the SEC's oversight, it could greatly benefit Coinbase and similar crypto ventures, potentially weakening SEC Chair Gary Gensler's enforcement capabilities against them for alleged regulatory breaches. Despite the legal uncertainties, Coinbase has witnessed a 29% increase in its stock value this year, buoyed by Bitcoin's impressive performance, which briefly reached a new high this week. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is currently just over $66,000. Ethereum is over $3,700, and Solana is $127. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, We are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates with several locations in the Boston area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, just be sure to tell them Sunny Mornings sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. Roku users found themselves in a bind this week when they were required to agree to new dispute resolution terms before they could access their TVs and streaming devices, essentially rendering the devices unusable without consent. The update, which includes a mandatory arbitration agreement preventing lawsuits against Roku, also introduces an informal dispute resolution section, further distancing users from potential legal action. This move has sparked widespread dissatisfaction among users, many of whom were unaware of the changes until their devices were locked, forcing them to agree to continue usage. Users wishing to opt out of these terms have a narrow window of 30 days from the notice and must send a written notice directly to Roku's general counsel, a process criticized for its inconvenience and lack of transparency. Despite the uproar, Roku has not provided an official statement regarding the update, leaving users to navigate the new terms and their implications on their own, highlighting the growing tension between tech companies and consumer rights. And in entertainment news, New Kids on the Block are making a grand return with Still Kids, their first album in over a decade, set to release on May 17th. Their new single, Kids, co-written and co-produced by David Stewart and Luke Batt, kicks off this new era with an upbeat vibe, embodying a blend of pop anthems and love songs. With features from DJ Jazzy Jeff and Taylor Dane, the album promises a mix of dance tracks and grooves, cementing the band's legacy and connection with their fans, known as the Blockheads. The band's Magic Summer Tour this year, alongside DJ Jazzy Jeff and Taylor Dane, will bring these new tracks to fans across North America, starting June 14th in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. Well, alrighty, folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, in honor of the New Kids on the Block's new album, I leave you with this.